Nepo babies don't always love their parents. Just ask Miley Cyrus, Hailey Bieber, Angelina Jolie, or anybody else on today's list. But when Miley won her first Grammy Award, somebody notable was missing from the people she thanked. Her dad, Billy Ray Cyrus. In her acceptance speech, she thanked her team, her mom Tish, half-sister Brandy, her boyfriend, and ended with, "I don't think I forgot anyone, but I might have forgotten underwear. Bye!" Making it crystal clear the snub was intentional. Miley's mom Tish decided to split from Billy Ray after almost 30 years of marriage. Now Miley and Billy Ray are not on speaking terms ever since that all happened. Rumors about Miley's feud with her dad started in September of 2022 when she unfollowed him on Insta, a month after he announced his engagement to Australian singer Johanna Fire-Rose Hodges. He unfollowed Miley, by the way. A source close to Miley said that at the time, Miley is all about peace, but she didn't agree with some things that her father has done. It has really escalated and they are not on good terms. And since then, but they clearly see things very differently. When Billy Ray got married in what was described as the most perfect ethereal celebration of love that we could have ever imagined, Miley and her sister Brandy were not in attendance, but Noah was there, hinting that the Cyrus siblings had picked sides in the divorce. Now, it was a different story altogether when Miley's mom married Prison Break star Dominic Purcell. Miley was her mom's maid of honor, and gushed, "Dom and my mom share the sweetest, most genuine love. It's almost like it's for the first time, which is so fitting for my mom who is such a young soul." Now that Stephen Baldwin is the father-in-law of one of the most beloved pop stars of the last decade, there are a lot of people who are interested in his family. With that in mind, it's too bad that Stephen once said something that was pretty disturbing about his daughters. "Jesus or no Jesus, if my daughter started working in an S club, I'd do some horrible things to her." Well, when hearing that quote, it seems really strange that anybody would say that. And also earlier this year, Stephen shared a video posted to Insta of Justin playing the guitar and singing, "I could sing of your love forever." Overlaid on the video were the words, "Christians, please, when you think of Justin and Hailey, take a moment to offer a little prayer for them to have wisdom, protection, and to draw close to the Lord." Unsurprisingly, Hailey was super angry about the whole thing. Lily Collins says it was painful that her musician father Phil was absent from much of her childhood. In her book, Unfiltered, the Golden Globe-nominated actress writes, "Many of my deepest insecurities stem from these issues with my dad." She also penned an open letter to the Genesis frontman. She also penned an open letter to, well, her dad, saying she forgives him for not always being there and not being the dad I expected. Phil left Lily's mother Jill when the actress was super hecking young, and in her book of essays, the star explains that her father may have still been alive, but most of the time it felt as if he were completely gone. She said, "I knew he loved me, but he wasn't physically around to tell me." She says there was a terrible disconnect that developed as they got older. Dennis Quaid argued during a recent television interview that rather than politics, it was the weaponization of the justice system and his policy record that ultimately convinced him to vote for former President. Whereas if you look at son Jack Quaid, back in 2020, he tweeted out, "Hey, it's 11:24 p.m. on a Saturday, and I just thought this would be a good time to say F Donald." Following the death of her father, Days of Our Lives star John Aniston, Jennifer's tumultuous relationship with both of her showbiz parents came into the spotlight. While Jennifer's parents were famous in their own right, her success in Friends and other on-screen projects kind of eclipsed theirs, particularly her late mother. So the actress's mother, Nancy Dow, was in showbiz, working as a model, appearing in a number of small roles in film and TV. And the first blow to their relationship occurred when Jennifer was super young. She went to a birthday party, and when she came back, her mom said, "Your father's not going to be around here for a little while." She didn't say he was gone forever. She mentioned this in an interview with Rolling Stone. John Aniston had left his family to be with his Love of Life co-star Sherry Rooney. And while father and daughter would eventually spend time with each other, it's unclear if they ever truly patched up their relationship. However complex Jennifer's relationship with her dad was, though, it was way worse with her mother. Dow had to raise her daughter alone, which caused a number of issues between the pair. Speaking to The Hollywood Reporter in 2015, Jennifer said she was critical. "She was very critical of me because she was a model, she was gorgeous, stunning. I wasn't. She was also very unforgiving. She would hold grudges that I found just so petty." In 2018, Jennifer appeared in the Netflix film Dumplin', playing a critical mother to a daughter entering a beauty pageant. On a PR tour for the film, she candidly admitted that she simply had to reflect on her own mother's superficiality and scrutiny to draw inspiration for her character. Ouch. Nowadays, Robert Downey Jr. is one of the biggest names in Hollywood. And though he has since overcome his hard past, he carries these struggles with him. His addiction issues can actually be traced back to his complicated relationship with his father, Robert Downey Sr. Downey's father was also addicted to a lot of pills and introduced them to Downey at a very young age. Downey Sr. revealed that when his son was stupidly young, he gave Downey Jr. his first taste of something illicit. And suddenly I knew I had made a terrible mistake. Stupid mistake, giving Jr. a toke of grass just to be funny. Downey Jr. opened up to people about the complicated relationship he'd had with his dad growing up. He's like, there was always a lot of bad stuff around. When my dad and I would do stuff together, it was like him trying to express his love for me, and the only way he knew how. Wasn't good. Whitney Houston and her mother had quite the complicated relationship. Sissy was honest and blunt, and while this was something Whitney kinda respected about her, since she always knew her mom would tell the truth, Sissy has since admitted that she was probably too hard on Whitney. It seemed like there were things Whitney didn't want to tell her, because she knew Sissy would be upset and was afraid of what would happen. No doubt it did affect her, because she often wasn't strict with her own daughter. They were often more like friends, and Whitney must have wanted that after her relationship with her mom. Whitney never really spoke publicly about the alleged harm she suffered growing up, but she did say that she was too scared to tell her mom. She did drop clues about it though. Asked in a press interview once about what makes her angry, Houston responded with sudden, palpable rage, saying that the harming of young folks made her angry. She hates to see it. It bothers her that those who are helpless, who depend on adults for security and love, it just bothers her. Whitney also made a very big point to bring her daughter, Bobby Christina, on all of her international tours. She never wanted to leave her daughter alone. For many years, Angelina Jolie was known to have a very rocky relationship with her father, Oscar-winning actor Jon Voight. The pair had many disagreements in the past, which led them at one point to have zero contact for many years. Angelina has talked about her parents' divorce as one of the reasons why she had a difficult relationship with her dad. Jolie's marriage with her second husband ended in 2003, and that's around the same time that her relationship with her dad got real sour. Voight said some really hurtful things about his daughter, while Jolie preferred to keep, the problems out of the spotlight. However, she said, after all these years, I have determined that it is not healthy for me to be around my father. At one time, things were so tense between Eric and Julia Roberts that Julia tried to take his daughter, famed actress Emma Roberts, away from him. In 1991, Eric and his live-in girlfriend at the time, Kelly Cunningham, welcomed Emma into the world. Shortly thereafter, they decided to go their separate ways, which resulted in a very ugly custody battle. Shockingly enough, instead of having her brothers back during the court battle, Julia paid for the lawyers who fought in court to take Emma away from Eric. In 2018, Eric spoke to Vanity Fair about his life, and during that interview, he was honest about his past illegal substance dependency issues. And while discussing all of this, he revealed that that was kind of why he was estranged from Julia. Now, while Eric often speaks highly of his daughter, Emma tends to stay more private about the relationship. She talks a lot about Julia though. Eric and Emma haven't been photographed together since she was really young. She doesn't talk about him in interviews, she doesn't post anything on him about social media, but she praises her mom. In October of 2022, she called her mom Bestie, Queen Cunningham, the best mama anyone could ask for. Michael Douglas has reflected on how his relationship with his father, Kirk Douglas, kind of changed over the course of their lives. There were different stages. It was not particularly good in the beginning. Probably it was just because of the amount of work he was doing. His career definitely went first before family. And Michael said, yeah, our relationship did get a little better as things got older, but not great. Well, that's all folks. See ya! Nepo babies don't always love their parents. Nepo babies don't always love their parents. Just ask Miley Cyrus, Hailey Bieber, Angelina Jolie, or anybody else on today's list.